I could have your attention, we'll prepare to get started. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's so good to see each and every one of you here. On behalf of the members of Church of the Apostles and all the officers and elders, my name is Gwin Pratt, and all of us welcome you here if you're not already a part of this community. This is a stellar event that we look forward to each year, and it's so good to have each and every one of you here to be with us. In the program that you have, you'll find one little insert that has to do with PCA, Presbyterian Church of Apostles. If you want to take that and learn more about us, that would be great, and share that with friends. I wanted to say by word of welcome that just a word about the connection between music and faith and religion. We're here together in a church to hear and delight in music. When you think of a church and music together, it makes you wonder certain things. For instance, have you ever thought and wondered about the connection between spirituality and music, how closely connected they are? Choirs of angels is the way one sacred text puts it, or can you imagine a cathedral without a pipe organ? Or can you imagine medieval monks without chants and songs? Can you imagine symphonies without one named Ode to Joy? What is it? Music of the spheres is technically, I know many of you have heard that phrase. What it means is an ancient philosophical concept that regards the movements of celestial bodies, the sun, moon, and planets, as a form of music. The movement of celestial bodies. Is that ringing a bell with anybody here about what's happening Monday? How fascinating to think of that as Monday's eclipse approaches. A symphony of the Creator's composing. The definition of music goes on as a harmonic, mathematical, and religious concept. There is a unity to creation that we all feel and experience in music. It is music, in other words, a universal language that unites us as one, which of course is the true message, the one message of any true religion, the oneness of all creation. Music is God's language calling us to ourselves. The physicists tell us that at the base of our existence, the smallest and most elemental particle, called quarks. Just so, I believe, the most elemental energy of our existence is music. The great unifier, transcending culture, race, and division. So it is that this congregation continues to honor and hold sacred the ministry of music. As you know, the proceeds for this event goes to support the amazing music ministry here at Apostles. So it is our hope tonight that we will revel and be moved and carried into the sphere of music, by music, and that we will experience the oneness of God's love. And I ask you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in this moment in our world's life, is there anything more important than that? To experience the oneness of God's love. Tonight is just what we need. May we enjoy it.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Julie Amacher. I am in charge of this event, and pretty much almost everybody in this room who's not performing right now has had something to do with this event. So thank you to everybody who's been participating. Just a couple of housekeeping items to remind you of or to share with you. We have one musician who fell ill, so Andrea Blaine is not performing tonight. So you will not hear the Telemon piece. So we will go from Natalie Nelson to Shruthi, and so that'll be fun. One of the things, if you haven't been to this event before, one of the things that really makes it special is it's a community event. We get everybody involved in some way, and it's also very multi-generational. You'll hear performers from very young to those who have been performing for many, many years, and I think the musicians enjoy it as much as all of us do, so thank you for being here to enjoy this experience. At intermission, we encourage you to bid on the silent auction. As you'll see, we all just kind of, wow, we went crazy this year, and there's all kinds of things to bid on, so I hope you'll take a few moments and do some bidding. Think about holiday gifts, for example. Don't just be thinking about yourself. Think about who you might buy this gift for. That's what I do. That's always a good thing to consider. Also, we'll have refreshments for you, and are we having some outpouring?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. We might have some additional entertainment, but you'll have to stick around and find out. Let's see. Oh yeah, and cell phones, as Val reminded you, if you have your cell phone, please turn it on airplane mode or silence or something. But feel free to take pictures and tweet about this and tell everybody else about it too. All right, so next, John Kuntz is ready to go.
just want to say a thank you to Jan Gilbert, who I know as Jan Auntie, for inviting me to come and sing today. But also a thank you to all of you for welcoming me here. This is really special. The first piece I'll be singing is Spring by Dominic Argento, and it's from his collection 6 Elizabethan Songs, which I love. And I knew that I wanted to sing this piece here specifically because Dominic Argento is a pride of Minnesota, a gem of Minnesota, so it's exciting to sing it here.
Pretty as you say.
That was fun. What a diverse first half we're having so far. And Shruthi will be back opening the second half of the performance, doing something else that she does very, very well, and that is performing Indian music, so we're really excited about that. Dolce Wind Quintet is coming up here in just a moment, and while they set up, I'll just remind you about the silent auction. There are so many wonderful services and items out there, and I hope you'll take a moment to bid on a massage. Maybe you're thinking about how wonderful that would feel to get a massage. There's many, many paintings, many of which are done by people right here in this congregation. There is a stained glass lamp out there, also made by someone in this congregation. There's a house concert you could bid on. The two people who that house concert features, Mary Clement and Davy Harrison, have performed many times at this event, and now they live in Boston, so they're not here tonight. So that was their way to be here with you, is by offering the opportunity to have them come into your home and to do a concert there. Also, we have refreshments for you, and well, gosh, there's lots of reasons to stick around. Here's members of the Dolce Wind Quintet. you so much. That ends the first half of our concert already. It's going by very quickly. There's a lot to look forward to in the second half. John Kuntz will be playing an original piece. Natalie will be back singing some Puccini. We have some musical theater in store for you, some Indian music, and much more. So please take some time in the silent auction, and there's a lot to look at and some nibbles for you as well to keep you, sustain you through the silent auction and the rest of the concert. Thank you.